Welcome to week 9 and 10. Of course, we're getting ready for our finals for the college students, but the guys that are hobbyists, which is probably the bigger part of our audience, and the folks that are visiting us on Guitar Mechanics Academy Network, again, you can go at your own pace on this. Ninth week, in other resources, click on extra text, and I hope you're checking out some of the extra text. You're looking forward a little bit. This is your 9th week. Should be checking out the new stuff, what you're going to be getting ready for. Starting would be week 11, or the first week of the second term. So I want to make sure you cover all that. I want to give you a couple of pointers about practice. Remember, if you're a music major or you intend being a professional, remember the expectations of a non-music major is about 1 hour to 5 hours per week. Maybe 8 hours max for a non-music major or someone who's doing this as a hobby. But if you intend to be a music major or you want to be a professional, you're expected to practice 3 to 5 hours a day. Consequently, if you put that much practice in, this first term is going to go by pretty quickly. If you've already had a little experience, that's going to be exponential in your growth and your move forward through the rest of the method. So this is why we're mentioning it now. You want to take a look at the next term and maybe take a look at the advanced stuff that's in your book in the intermediate level, which would be indicated by the third term. Let's take a look at week 10. That was week 9, just kind of an overview. Be sure you're practicing enough. Again, it's put plenty of practice in, keep track of your reps. Eventually, you won't have to tally your reps. You'll know when you've got enough. But it takes a while to understand just exactly how much is how much. Again, assignment is your critique here for the 10th week. And for those of you doing an eval, have that tune ready that you want to learn. Again, we're going to, do our best to teach you how to play a tune with a couple of evals, which are really just private lessons that, allow you to move forward as quickly as possible. And we can decide for you and help you decide for yourself if you want to jump forward into the next term. You want to keep working at this level. Again, it's very good to have a coach and help you at this point. So let's take a look at the questions you should have in week 10 if you're studying and working on a grade. So, is an assignment, your critique, your jury prep, and your continued study have to happen in this week, getting you ready for your test. See whether you made your milestones, whether you have to continue to study at this level to move forward. No wrong answer. Once again, whether you're actually taking for a grade or not, you can take this course as long as you need to get where you want to go. So, number 1, have you read all the lectures in the course info section of this site and done all the self-tests in the book? There's a couple of self-tests. Again, there's self-evaluations to see if you understand enough about the music theory to move forward to start studying the written stuff for the single note reading on the staff, which will be all in open position when you start, but eventually you'll be able to read all over the neck. That's what we're looking forward to in the next term. Number 2, have you discovered your extra text pages for your continued study and the lecture on bar chords? Have you looked at that? You want to look at that now. Have you prepared for your juries or your evaluations, and have you made a decision when to submit them or to participate in the online guitar conference or evaluation? Have you made a decision when you want to do that? You want to keep putting one foot in front of the other to keep your progress moving forward at a good rate. Have you considered looking at the next term and some of the intermediate work ahead? That's what I just mentioned a moment ago. Make sure you take a look at where you're going. There's a lot of reward after this first, 5 to 10 weeks of study. Have you worked on your 2 selected outside music pieces? Again, we say 2. It can be you can work on 1 if that's what you're at. If you like to work on 2 or 3, that's fine. During the eval, we'll help you with that. Okay? Get the right rhythm and the right feel, to those things. Again, that's where we start studying how the rhythm works, how the tune percussion aspect of the guitar works. Number 6, would you still like to study being the note? Again, you have to decide whether this is where you kind of decide, well, is the guitar going to fit me? Is it going to be a career? Is it going to be an avocation? Do I want to play on the weekends with my friends or work at a coffee house or a restaurant with some buddies? Do I want to learn a repertoire? We have to think about that at some point. And then right now is a good time because you've gotten over the toughest parts. So far, this is really the toughest part. Learning to play bar chords and learning to play your scales really is the essential part. And then understanding the neck. Those are the 3 hugest things you can learn. And I'm condensing the information for you once again with Guitar Mechanics. Have you worked on your listening skills by listening to the environment around you? Try setting a pulse at different places while you're listening. See if you can find a pulse in 4 or 5 different places in the what you think is cacophony around you. There is rhythm out there, so you want to spend some time listening. And don't forget while you're doing this, put your headphones on. Listen to the stuff that re-references you back to what it is you really like and what you want to study. Your favorite ear candy. You want to be sure you put some ear candy in your head every single day. Number 8, have you internalized the sound you're trying to make on the guitar by singing and humming along with your scales? Be sure you put some time into that. It doesn't have to happen all day long. It doesn't have to happen every day. It doesn't have to happen every day. But you have to do a little bit each time you sit down and practice. Just try to put some time into internalizing, because that's going to help you in the long run. Number 10, have you answered your question? Number 10, have we answered your questions, and do you know how to get response to your questions through email or through our website, through our OrtPort online in real time portal? That's the OrtPort. It's on time in real time. Online in real time. Let's see if I can say it 5 times together. Online in real time portal, and you want to use that as your access to your coaches. We will have some coaches available for you, so you want to hook up with those guys. Number 11, have you been putting in the reps and making the gain? That's really the question. You want to continue to reevaluate yourself. Make sure you're really spending some time and enjoying this. It has to be fun at a point. It will become fun and much more rewarding with a little more practice. Remember, you should have a running dialogue with your instructor by this point and your coach, depending on whether it's instructor or coach, depending on how you decide to do your evaluations. And if you have any questions and you need to know about some resources or continued study, the availability of your intermediate and advanced information is there for you on guitarmechanics.com. There's a lot of stuff when you get to the upper level where you're playing with other people. You want to read tunes and learn to read lead sheets and get with larger ensembles. There's a lot of opportunity in a whole variety of ways, whether it be in the rock idiom, in the pop world, hip-hop, whatever you want to study, country, folk, blues, jazz, whatever it is. We can direct you in those ways and show you definitely not shortcuts, but condensed information of how to figure out exactly what it is you need to know to move forward, rather than to spin your wheels learning little tiny minutia and taking forever to learn something that doesn't take that long, providing you practice. So that's week 10. See you on the flip-flop. Catch you on the other side. And hope that you stay with us and practice a lot and truly enjoy this, because we truly enjoy helping you.